Welcome on this last beautiful day of 2024. We got an amazing um video for you that we're going to be talking about. And today we're going to be covering the dark side of real estate wholesaling. What they don't tell you, all the Google guys, they position it so they can make their money and get their notoriety and build their community. But no one's really being transparent and giving you the good and the bad because anything in life, there's risk, there's good, there's bad, there's a bunch of different variables where you as an entrepreneur got to understand what you're getting yourself into. Because the one thing I learned thus far working for myself since 2013 full time is that there is no excuses that you could tell someone that, oh, I didn't know. Once you call yourself a professional or real estate investor or wholesaler or whatever, they expect for you to know everything, the rules and the gray areas and all of that. And then unfortunately, some people they just don't understand that you don't get a get out of jail free pass. This is a monopoly. This is real life. So we're going to be talking about a lot of different things. I'm going to be breaking down to you so many different things that people don't talk about that's negative. And my job is not to discourage you from doing this. My job is to inform you and educate you so that way you can be properly prepared with the right systems and infrastructure and information to have a fair shot to create a successful business. So that's one of the biggest things that I really want to talk about. So, like I said, we're going to get into this. If you ain't already follow me on Instagram at CEO929. If you're looking to work with someone and you're struggling or you haven't locked up your first deal yet, if you haven't locked up your first deal, you should be speaking to me so we can come up with a game plan and figure out what services you would need, whether you need a VA or you need someone to come and set up everything, or you need a list, or you need just a strategy. You need to be talking to someone. You can't do it all on your own, or YouTube is not going to, do it all on your own for you. But like I said, follow me on my Instagram and we'll go from there. So let's talk about number one. Cause I kind of wrote down a list so I won't get off topic because I love talking to you guys. And do me a favor, and put in the comments where you're watching from. That really encouraged me and inspired me when I see people watching from all around the country. So where you watching from and what you got going on today? Obviously it's New Year's Eve, but clearly you're watching this with me because you want to learn something. So the biggest main point is the reality of finding deals, right? Um, the expectation that most people think is leads are everywhere and deals flow constantly. And honestly, guys, the reality of it is the market sometimes, certain markets are oversaturated and finding motivated sellers is is harder than ever since I've been around it. And the reason is everybody's doing it. Everybody's cold calling, everybody's paying per lead. Like everybody got their hand in this because it's such a beautiful thing on the outside looking into. Oh, I can make $50,000 on one deal, or I can make $10,000 for 3 hours worth of work. And the reality of it is, sometimes it's not like that. You know what I mean? Especially dealing with a lot of these oversaturated markets. You know. Also, then you got things like marketing costs. The cost of skip tracing, cold calls, direct mail. You have to think about that. People think, oh, you can do this business with no money down, or I'm tired of people saying you can do this business with just hard work and determination. That's not true. That is not true. You know what I mean? So, uh, now then number two, and all of this is based on my observations, what I see with clients, what I notice over the years, what I've been through myself, what I see with gurus, everything. So don't nobody get offended or take it the wrong way. I'm just speaking the God honest truth. So the biggest thing I think I wrote down was the strain on people's personal finances. Now, when you are trying to start up a new business, right, there's going to be some direct costs that you have to muscle up and pay yourself until your business starts to make a profit. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? So like I said, the expectations that people set for you on YouTube and on Facebook groups and podcasts is that you don't need no cash or credit. Like you look at everybody, Facebook ad is driving you to their funnel. First thing they say is you don't need no cash or credit to do this proven hitting strategy. Like that's not reality, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. The reality is, you have marketing expenses. Any real business, to make a business functional, you need sales and you need marketing. And you think you're going to do marketing for free? You think you're going to have VAs cold calling for free? You think you're going to run Facebook ads for free? You think you're going to pay per leads for free? No, it's all cost money. Even you going out driving for dollars generating leads, that costs your time. What is time? Time is money, right? It costs your gas. It costs the maintenance on your car. Everything has a cost to it. So get the free thing out of your mind so that way you won't struggle with paying for things and understand that everything you do, you must pay for. Then, like people don't think about this, like earnest money deposits, paying the VAs consistently. You know what I mean? People get it. Oh, I'm paying. I got 2 weeks worth of money to the side, and I'm gonna get a deal in 2 weeks, and every life is gonna be great. No, it's not. You're gonna figure out a way to finance your business and make it profitable and get through the mud. And then eventually your business is going to self-propel itself and hold itself up. But until then, you're going to dump money into the business because you know that it's a great idea. Now, if you have a system, like people come to us and we build out their system, their infrastructure, their processes, their SOPs, hire their team members and give them websites and do all of that amazing stuff, they have probably an 85% chance better to be successful and get deals on a contract and then get to the closing table than someone who just bought a $300 course, or someone who joined someone's school community, or someone who just went out and drove for dollars and hoping for the best. You know what I mean? It's all structured. It's all structured and intentional. A lot of newcomers, they put on a little debt to do this. They put money in a credit card that they can't afford to spend. And I work with clients and I tell them straight up, listen, if you can't afford to personally finance this, or you're not willing to go get a second job to pay for this, don't do it. Maybe go drive for DoorDash for a few months. Go work for Instacart, right? Go be an Amazon Flex driver. Do whatever you got to do to get to the point where this makes sense for you financially. You know what I mean? Also, number 3, like no one's talking about like seller challenges. The challenges of dealing with people. Like dealing with a person that talks to your VA to say, yes, I'm interested in selling. Yes, I want to sell. Then you call them up and they say, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't want to sell my house. Who told you that? But you heard the recordings with the person on the phone. I'm telling you, and this is no disrespect to anyone. So if you see my videos, don't put me on TikTok, make it fun. But there is a severe mental issue, mental behavior issue, mental psychology issue, mental health issue going on in this country where a lot of people are not up there. They don't have it all the way up there. I don't know if they mother smoked weed with them, they mother smoked dippers with them when they was pregnant, they drink. There's a bunch of people out here that still drink or smoke while they're pregnant. Guys, I gotta stop doing it because you're producing, batches of people that's a little lonely and a little off. That's just my opinion. So the expectations is every seller will be motivated, and the guys tell you, man, they're gonna want to sell their house to you for under market value because they don't want to list on the MLS. All of this jargon stuff they're gonna tell you. But the reality is, the sellers often distrust wholesalers because you want the first person to call their house. Most of the times, this one their first rodeo of working with wholesaler, getting a deal in contract to be led to unfulfilled promises that, oh yeah, I want to buy your house and close your house, and 2 weeks later you hit them up and it was like, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. That right there, we're going to get into that in a second, but that right there can land you in jail and get you in a world of trouble. The tent to close. We'll get into that in a second. Then, you just deal with angry homeowners. They're they got very unrealistic expectations. And then, the sellers, they're going to ghost you after signing the contract. Like, because you know why? Oh, it's just a piece of paper. I didn't sell it yet. I didn't go to the title company yet. This piece of paper is meaningless to me because the next guy offered me 15 grand more. So you got to understand that don't put, and this is any business, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't put all your faith in one customer. Don't rely on one invoice. Don't count money before it hatch. Don't assume people are going to pay and do things when they say they're going to do it. Nothing goes according to plan. If you can adopt that mindset in business, you're going to not have as many gray hairs early on in your career. That's just my opinion. If you liking what I'm putting down so far, engage with me. Comment in the chat. Let me know. Let me know if there's something that you like. Even if you're watching a replay, comment on the video. That you comment on the video helps the algorithm, allows us to reach more people. Then also, let's get into the legal stuff, the legal gray areas. You know what I mean? People tell you wholesaling is, it's legal everywhere if you just sign contracts. And the reality is wholesaling is illegal and it's highly regulated in some states. Meaning that, like Pennsylvania, Illinois, like them places are starting to regulate real estate wholesaling, requiring you to have certain licenses, certain certifications, certain capacities and financial capabilities to close on the properties. And if you can't do that, then you're going to be in a world of trouble with the board of realtors and the attorney generals and all of that type of stuff. So that's one of the biggest gray areas that I think that most people don't understand. I think in the next 5 years, next 5 to 10 years, or what is it, 2024, about to be 25 tomorrow? In the next 5 years, the whole landscaping and the legalities of wholesaling and how we get deals on the contract and sell them is going to be totally different and sufficient. I believe that it's going to come to the point where people are just going to become straight marketing companies. And I believe that hedge funds are going to get smart and you're just going to sell the information to the hedge fund. And then they give you a kickback or whatever the case may be. They close on and buy it. I believe that the title companies are going to be obsolete. Technology is going to be obsolete. And there's going to be two types of people. The person who can afford to pay the $5,000 a month software to do this type of stuff, or the person who's just sending referrals. But they can't legally close on it because they have no money. I mean, the double closing stuff is a great temporary loophole, but they closing all them loopholes down. And one of the ways they close the loopholes down, no one's telling us, is that they require that you hold the property for 30 days before you're able to title it. So now they grabbing you by the balls and going down to the deed office and saying, hey, you can't allow anyone to record 2 transactions on the same day. They must wait 30 days. So they're putting all this stuff in place to slow down, this whole wholesaling thing. And that's eventually everybody's going to have to become a full-blooded investor, meaning you're going to have money, credit, and financial backing to be able to do transactions. You're going to have to even buy and hold. You're going to have to buy and wait. You're going to have to buy, and then you have to factor in the 30 days, and then schedule closing 30 days later. It's going to be, a different landscape in 5 years. And this video may age like fine wine, honestly. And maybe I go back in 5 years and say, see, I told you so. And that's exactly why, even for me, just putting my resources together to focus on starting to have the capacity to close in our own cash, to close deals and hold them, to do other creative things. Not even like creative financing. I don't even want to do that because I think the creative financing niche and the way everybody's doing it now and structuring it is going to get torched. I think the only thing that's going to be left untouched as far as regulation when it comes to creative financing is the commercial side, because any competent judge can prove that an investor is competent enough to understand the deals and the contracts he signed on the creative finance. The problem comes when you do a creative finance with Little Miss Murray house, they call her loan due, and you just give her back the house and leave her to hold the bag. Or you get all these creative deals and some of the people stop paying and you don't have the cash or the portfolio or the balance sheets to eat these mortgage payments, and now you're ruining and wrecking people's credit scores. Or people are getting smart and wise and saying, I don't want to wait 15 years for you to pay this house off. I want you to pay it off now because you're hindering me from buying a new car to buy my other new house, all of this. And you have no capabilities to refinance them out because you bought these deals with no equity. So ain't no competent lender going to refinance you. So it's a lot that people not talking about in this real estate industry that I think that you should really hone in on. Then number four, you falling out with your buyers, like people that's supposed to buy the deals from you, right? The biggest expectations is, oh, send your deals to the cash buyer. They just love bringing you deals. They love when you bring deals. They just gobble them up. They eat them up, and they don't know. They just keep bringing me deals. Keep bringing me deals. I buy everything you bring me. And here's the reality. Some of these buyers, they're not properly capitalized. They're dependent on other people's and other private money resources, and they depend on certain hard money lenders, and they're just not properly. They don't have a good capital stack where they can front load deals and finance them on their own, and then work out the debt and the paper on the back end after they close. So you get a lot of buyers that back out the last minute or try to renegotiate terms after inspections. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe they private lender lended them another deal that's even better, and they didn't have a commitment. They had a verbal commitment, but it wasn't a commitment where, for me, when we work with private lenders, our commitment is this: it's not a commitment until the wire is in escrow at the title company, right? Once you send that wire in escrow at title company, that title company has the fiduciary responsibility to hold and guard your money like their life depended on it. So that money isn't going anywhere. Plus, that money is insured. And then not too many title companies going to take the risk of losing everything for a few $1,000 or $100,000 or whatever the case may be with the money. So always make your borrowers, whether you're using gap funding or you're using, them to fund the whole transaction, wire the money to escrow, and that's their commitment to close. I call that a commitment to close. If you can't give me a commitment to close by wiring the money to escrow, then I don't feel comfortable with waiting until the day of or the day after we sign the papers to, oh, you sent the money yet? Oh. By the way, about that money, I kind of, something came up last week with some other borrowers, and I had to use that money to cover this, so I can't do your deal. I'm telling you, man, it's rough out here. It's rough out here. You don't want to go through the mistakes that I seen myself make as well as other people make. You know what I mean? So that's one reality. And then just managing relationships. Managing people can be draining because you gotta understand everybody has a different personality. Everybody go through different things. Everybody believe in different things. Everybody look at things differently, and that puts a lot of mental pressure on you to be able to deal with so many different people. And then once again, let me get into the mental and emotional toll, right? The expectation is people tell you at the Google seminars, it's an exciting, fulfilling business. I never feel so fulfilled in my life, my children, my family. I love God, all this, right? And they're not understanding and telling you the reality is the rejections and the failures are so consistent, right? It's so constant. You're going through things. If you're flipping a house, unexpected repairs, stop work orders. If you're wholesaling, title work issues, can't get it clear to close, buyer fallout, all types of stuff that you always going through. It's like a never ending, like superhero TV show where it's always crime to fight. So in business, there's always things to do. There's always crime to fight. You know what I mean? Then you gotta understand burnout is common due to endless marketing, negotiations, and uncertainty. 99% of all real estate business is loaded with uncertainty. Whether you're doing a fix and flip and you assume that you're going to make 50K profit, and then by the time you finish it and go sell it, it's not 50K no more. Or you're doing a wholesale deal, you did all your numbers right, you got on the contract for a great price, and by the time you talk to the buyers and there's something you forgot, maybe it's across the street from a former nuclear power plant, and that land is just riddled with nuclear waste, and now there's an easement running through the land, and there's a deed restriction. So now you can't do what you thought you can do for development because of the environmental issues and the soil test. Like there's so many moving parts that you're gonna have a broken heart every time you look up. You know what I mean? So you just gonna feel burnt out, and then you're gonna hear other stories of your colleagues, other entrepreneur wholesalers quitting. Like I can't tell you how many people I talk to. They come in on a good note. We book a lot of consultation calls with people that want to get started, and then 2, 3, 4 months later, they MIA. Like, dang, what happened? Like they made money, they closed deals. What happened to the money? And then you realize that people don't have the mental fortitude to understand that this isn't your money. This is money you put back into the business. This is money that you be strategic with. Don't go away from what's working to try new things because you got the money to try new things. Don't do that. You know what I mean? You're gonna fall off that way. If you make 50 grand, 80 grand in 3 months, 2 months, still act like you make 3,500 a month. That's your salary pay. That's your job. Why switch? The main thing that most wholesalers go through financial ruins is they switch their income and their lifestyle according to what they're making. Instead of keeping everything normal and typical and act broke and then go get a savings account and just save the money, it's the complete opposite. So listen, I'm not going to talk you guys' heads off too much, but here's some actionable takeaways that if you don't learn anything from this video today, educate yourself, right? Always know the legalities in your market. Don't assume because one person that you know on Facebook is killing it, that's going to apply to you in the areas that you're working. Do your due diligence. Then also, you want to make sure that you budget wisely. What I mean by that is you want to plan for marketing costs and emergencies. Don't take your rent money to start your business thinking, oh, I'm going to make it back in 2 months and then I'll be able to pay my rent before eviction. No. Take care of home first, and then whatever's left over, you invest in your business. And if that means pausing and delaying everything for 6 months so you can save up 3 months worth of operating expenses to get going and swing the momentum your way, then that's what you got to do. Because the thing about having a successful business is all about consistency and momentum. So the consistency got to be consistent so the momentum can stay consistent. And if you don't have consistency and momentum for your momentum, then guess what? You're going to have a roller coaster business. It's going to go ups, downs, and you're going to be burnt out. And then the first chance you get to quit, that's what you're going to do. Focus on value. You know what I mean? Like build relationships with the sellers and the buyers to create trust. No one wants to do that. Everyone wants to post their little $20,000, $30,000 check, and they don't want to check in on people. They don't want to send people a heartfelt card. They don't want to send people a thank you basket after closing. They don't want to show people that I want to work with you long term, especially with your buyers. You want them to feel like, damn, I love buying his deals. Let me make him a more of a priority because I know his deals are always vetted properly. The due diligence is always done properly, and he's always locking up stuff that makes sense for us buyers. Because a lot of wholesalers, they lock up stuff that just makes sense on paper so they can get the biggest assignment fee. But most times they don't think about the buyers and what makes sense for them and what's a good deal to them and what's the most profitable thing to them. Because if you do, then you're going to make more assignment fee because you're going to bake that numbers into that. But most people are just so short-sighted that they rather lock up shacks, $60,000 shacks. They need $100,000 of work and expecting the cash buyer to figure it out and just pay them what they owe because they did the work and they had paid the DA. And it don't matter if you did the work. You got to do a good job and bring good deals to make sense to people. So that's why I said you have to. If you're going to be a great wholesaler, you have to become a great investor. Even if you're not investing like doing 30 flips a year, or you're not buying hoes yet, or you familiarize yourself with it, do a few transactions on your own, so that way you can think of it from an investor standpoint when you get these deals on a contract. Then what else? I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. Stay resilient. Stay resilient, guys. Success comes with perseverance and systems. So if you allow 2, 3 bad days, a week go past, maybe you had a VA and only sent you 4 leads for the weekend. What am I paying you for? I paid you 120 this weekend. You only got me 5 leads. I'm just feel like I'm wasting money. You run a business. There's going to be times where the business is not going to be as profitable. There's going to be times the business take losses. There's going to be times the business isn't doing as great. That don't mean you turn your back on the people that's trying to help you. Now, if they're not performing and they're not performing in the system that you have, then do what's necessary. But if you don't have a system, then how can you even measure that they're not performing? That's all I got to say. Listen, if you're still here with me, that means you want to be successful. So go to my website, co929.com, book a call with me. Let's figure out what we can do to help you get to the next level. Even if you're watching a replay, listening to the replay, head over to the website, co929.com, book a call. We have everything you need to be successful. Meaning we have the virtual assistants. We have the systems. We have the suggested software. We tried and tested everything. We have the scripts. We have everything you need to be successful. Only thing we need to do is talk to you to figure out how can we integrate that success in what you're trying to accomplish and go from there. Also, if you're interested, today only, we're running a special on leads, 50,000 leads for $200. You don't have to get them all at one time. You can come back. You could break it down by the quarter. Maybe you want to get 20,000 leads a quarter, or 25,000 leads this quarter, 25,000 leads that next quarter. It's an amazing value for the money. 50,000 leads, any city, any county. It's high equity, older people that's looking, that's interested in selling. That's the best list. People are like, well, I want this niche list, this. Listen, if I'm offering you 50,000 leads for dirt cheap, why would you put me through the hassle of going in and trying to make these small itty bitty lists? It's too much. It's better just put one big list and give it to you. Because guess what? Everything's on the high equity list. If you're looking for probate, it's on the high equity list. You're looking for pre-foreclosures, on the high equity list. You're looking for tax delinquents, on the high equity list. Everything's on the high equity list. You just got to stop being lazy and call these leads, or have your VA call the leads. And you're going to get a lot of more quality leads and people interested in selling by just calling in bulk. It's okay to call a niche list, but what happens after you call 300 people? Then what? If your VA can call 300 people in 2 hours, then what? But if you got $50 leads, you can shovel them 6,000 leads a week. 6 divided by 50, I don't know the math on that, but I know that's at least 12 weeks. 6, 12, 18, 24, 32, 38, 46. Bro, that's a ton of leads. Listen, I want to see who's on here watching. If you're watching, write in the comments in the chat where you watching from. That's really important to me. Where you watching from, DM me right now on Instagram at CO929. Or on my Facebook. If you follow me on my personal Facebook page, all of my pages have a blue check mark. We don't play that, make a bunch of fake pages and act like someone hacked me. I don't know why, real estate investors do that. They hire an agency to do that. I don't know. They're trying to make themselves feel more important than they are. I don't know. I never had nobody make a fake page of me because I got a unique name, CO929. How you going to fake that? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's a value to you. If it's a value to you, put the word value in the chat. And like I said, if you're interested in working with us, head over to the website, co929.com, book a call, and we'll give you a call and we'll talk about your needs and figure out how could we work together. Other than that, enjoy your New Year's. I'm about to slide to Instagram, and then I'm going upstairs and I'm spending the rest of the day with my family, bringing New Year's in. But I like to get my work in. I'm a disciplined man. I do my work and then I enjoy myself with my family.